Sonic fans of YouTube, I am back, and thanks to your vote on Twitter, I am back to review Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and thank you very much for letting me do this one first, because this movie, to put a quick spoiler on it, I love this movie. It follows Sonic, who's been left home for a couple of days whilst his humans are going to a wedding in Hawaii, but unfortunately for him, Robotnik shows up along with a new companion in the form of Knuckles, voiced amazingly by Idris Elba. But luckily, he is saved by Tails, and they have to go on a quest to find the Master Emerald, which is the cause of a war between the Owls and the Echidnas. So, Sonic 2. Now, the first one was very much a safe bet from the studio. Obviously, there was that whole controversy of the rubbish design. He got redesigned, looked perfect, and we finally got into this new one. The first one was good, and it played it really safe, but I thought Ben Schwartz was a great Sonic, and Jim Carrey did a great job as Robotnik. So going into this one, it felt like because the first one did really well, the studio gave him permission to go full ham with this one, and as a result, I dare say we have got the first ever great video game movie. If you're not a fan of the games, I can't really say if you're going to enjoy it or not. I am very much viewing this as a complete fanboy. When I was in the cinema, I felt like a 12-year-old skateboarding down the streets of San Francisco to the song Escape from the City all over again. It was glorious. Going back to Idris Elba as Knuckles, he is a laugh a minute. Imagine Drax the Destroyer with his naivety, but with a bit more aggression to him. A lot of delivery from Idris Elba is absolutely brilliant, and his fish out of water nature is awesome. They managed to cast these characters perfectly. The voice of Tails is fantastic as well. Colleen, the surname there, just so I don't mispronounce it badly, but she does a great job as Tails. In the old shows, Sonic was always the quirky, cocky one. Knuckles was always the hot-headed, not very intelligent, but very much the strongest member of the team. And Tails was always the timid member of the team that was a genius with technology. And all three of these characters are played absolutely perfectly in this. And just seeing all the little things from the games showing up again. The tornado was a great thing to see. Well, the tornado, I would say, because Tails doesn't really build the tornado. That's getting into some plot things. But yeah, their whole dynamic of seeing this holy trinity together on screen in live action for the first time is fucking brilliant. I absolutely adored this. And don't even get me started about the mid-credit scene. The mid-credit scene, I will not say what it is, but in the cinema I was in, there was two sorts of groups. You had the families with their kids that didn't enjoy the movie enough, and then you had the grown-ass adults like myself who fanboyed a lot in this movie. This movie was for the fans in the best possible way, and I cannot praise it enough. The human element is obviously the weakest element, but quite frankly, I'm not going to knock too many points off the film for this because it's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. We are here to see Sonic the Hedgehog, and we have already seen everything we need to know about these human characters. They're just the support to Sonic and his friendship system. The action scenes are really entertaining as well. I cannot believe seeing Sonic and Knuckles fighting is easily the best fight scene I've seen this year, especially with a couple of superhero properties that have come out fairly recently. It is really well done, and the fact that we've had two credit scenes from two different films over the last week, and one has been argued as one of the worst ever, this one very much stands up there as one of the most hype ones. It is the equivalent to the Thanos reveal in Avengers, I feel. There's just something so amazing about that mid-credit scene. I'm just going to say that it was the equivalent of this movie. I also really enjoyed the colour palette of this as well. Like, the characters are obviously very bright and colourful and very cartoony and video game looking. So as a result, the colour palette of this movie has to be very saturated and still look real, but have this very video game-esque style to it, and it very much matches the aesthetic of the old side-scrolling games of the Sonic games of old. But if you are really a fan of the Sonic franchise, this was just a really good time. It's over 2 hours long, but it absolutely flies by. The chemistry between Sonic and Tails is perfect, and brilliant. I loved Sonic's turmoil. And I have to say, Jim Carrey in this, he is perfectly cast as Eggman. Eggman has always been this super crazy genius that Sonic lives in their head rent free, and that is perfectly portrayed by Carrey in this. The dynamic he has with Ben Schwartz as Sonic is brilliant. I enjoyed it. Sometimes it was a bit goofy, but Jim Carrey is goofy, and Eggman in a nutshell is naturally a goofy villain as well. So they really lent into that, and we got him on his flying ball thing. I don't know what it's called, but you know exactly what I'm on about when I say the thing that he flies around in. You have the big robots that look a lot like him. He manages to pull off the mustache. Like, it really did feel like the video game came to life. Like, what do we want from our video game movies? I feel like we want the characters to be accurate to how they are in the games. We want it to look and feel similar to the games, but tell a cohesive story and just stay true to the characters involved and match the style. And I feel like this film did that in spades. I cannot sing the praises of this movie enough. There are some flaws with it. There are a couple of reference jokes that are obviously going to age this film quite badly within the next 5 or 10 years. But that I can basically cast aside, as well as the little B plot with the humans. That was a weaker element, but it still led to one of my favourite moments in the whole movie, which I will not spoil, but it is quite comical in how it plays out, and it was very much enjoyable. So yeah, overall, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, if you are a fan of the Sonic franchise, I feel like you will definitely enjoy this to the fullest potential. Some people might dismiss it as a film for kids, but as a fan of the games, I felt like a 13-year-old again, sat in that cinema watching these characters come to life on the big screen. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go out and give it a watch. And I guarantee I'm going to be making that meme when the mid-credit scene finally comes out. I need the third film like yesterday. So overall, I'm going to have to say that for me, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a great cup of tea. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2, have you all seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And if you got this far, consider subscribing to the channel, help me get to that 400 milestone, and comment below who you are looking forward to seeing in future Sonic movies. And generally, what was your favorite Sonic game? What was your first Sonic game? For me, it was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube, I believe. So what was your one? I want to see just how spread out the fans of this game are in terms of their first introduction to Sonic and how well he is portrayed in these films. Do let me know. But until next time, everybody, my name is Josh. I have been your Movie Apprentice. See you all in the next one.